Welcome to my creative writing channel. I am Ella, and I like to use critical analysis to help you be a better storyteller. And we've been discussing the Romantic period. We've been looking at Coleridge, and I wanted to continue the Romanticism themes, but I wanted to move to a different poet, William Wordsworth. You may recall that I quoted Wordsworth as having said that poetry was a spontaneous overflow of emotion recollected in a state of tranquility. And for that reason, he has always been, I think, the poet, maybe not my favorite, it's hard to have a favorite, but he is the one in my mind that I go to when I think of poetry in particular. The imagery that I think that poetry is capable of, I think of Wordsworth and his works. And one poem that he's done that I have not memorized yet, but it reminds me of Lord Byron's She Walks in Beauty, and I did memorize that a long time ago. Never forgot it, but She Was a Phantom of Delight is the poem that I would like to read today. And we're just going to look at the romantic elements and how, what makes this a good poem and how you can incorporate these elements into your storytelling or creative writing process. So, she was a phantom of delight when first she gleamed upon my sight, a lovely apparition sent to be a moment's ornament. Her eyes as stars of twilight fair, like twilights, too, her dusky hair. But all things else about her drawn from Maytime and the cheerful dawn, a dancing shape, an image gay, to haunt, to startle and waylay. I saw upon her nearer view a spirit, yet a woman too, her household motions light and free, and steps of virgin liberty, a countenance in which did meet sweet records, promises as sweet. A creature not too bright or good for human nature's daily food, for transient sorrows, simple wiles, praise, blame, love, kisses, tears, and smiles. And now I see with eyes serene the very pulse of the machine, a being breathing thoughtful breath, a traveler between life and death, the reason firm, the temperate will, endurance, foresight, strength, and skill, a perfect woman, nobly planned, to warn, to comfort, and command, and yet a spirit still and bright, with something of angelic light. So, first of all, the romantic theme that comes to me immediately is nature, and that woman is a part of it. A woman is a natural thing of beauty, and he captures her human essence, like in her movement, but also, how that is equally divine. And so that's another aspect of Romanticism that we discussed, was the supernatural. And let's take another look and we'll read it line by line just to look at the imagery. She was a phantom of delight when first she gleamed upon my sight. So immediately I'm thinking of the words phantom and gleamed. That is so supernatural. And the imagery is startling. And he goes on to use that word, to startle and waylay. She's just a common housewife, but she is magical in what she does, in being her human self. A lovely apparition sent, again, spiritual, supernatural, to be a moment's ornament. Now, there is another aspect of Romanticism, the fleeting nature of life. And I mean, it's a foreshadow because later on in the poem, he says, a traveler between life and death. So, again, when we're dealing with elements of nature in literature, there's a sense of gratitude for what is fleeting, for the here and now, for things that we may take for granted. I think it would be, we're incredibly lucky to have had Wordsworth and Coleridge. They were friends, by the way. Very lucky that they didn't have AI also. And I would note the second use of second person pronoun is not used. And it's a really good poem. And again, what is the subject matter? Housewife. You know, just going about her day, just cleaning things. And it's not just adorable. It's striking to him. It's priceless. The poem that he's captured the essence of femininity so well, and it is startling how he does so with a spiritual nature. And I've been arguing about how important that is to get away from just the commonality of technology and how absolutely just precious human life is. Her eyes as stars of twilight fair. Her eyes as stars. That's a simile, by the way. Like twilight's too, her dusky hair. So these natural elements of nature, hair, eyes, being compared to something else in nature, but is far more, well, twilight. So that's giving the sense of something supernatural as well. Like, you can't really see very well, you know, it's civil twilight. Maybe the sun hasn't fully come up yet, or it's already set, but you can still see at night. But all things else about her drawn from Maytime and the cheerful dawn. So her eyes and her hair have this very, like, almost hidden aspect about them. That's a nod to Lord Byron. But everything else is just wide open, can be seen, can be appreciated. She's not hiding anything. And yet it's a dancing shape, an image gay, to haunt, to startle, and waylay. Like, she's just going about her business, you know, probably wiping something down, and it's like, check this woman out. What is she about? I mean, I saw her upon nearer view, a spirit, yet a woman too. I mean, you can't get any more, like, in your face spiritual. He's literally calling her a spirit, which we all have. Her household motions light and free, and steps of virgin liberty. I don't know what virgin liberty is. Maybe she's a newlywed, and she's never had, you know, her own kitchen to clean before, and he's just mesmerized by how happy she is to have her own space and make it beautiful. A countenance in which did meet sweet records, promises as sweet, a creature not too bright or good for human nature's daily food. So she's approachable, she's relatable, and maybe that too is what makes it the healing element of nature, that that she has all of these, like, almost supernatural elements about her, and yet he feels comfortable in her presence. For transient sorrows, simple wiles, praise, blame, love, kisses, tears, and smiles, she is absolutely human. Flaws and all. And now I see with eye serene the very pulse of the machine, a being breathing thoughtful breath, a traveler between life and death. The reason firm, the temperate will, endurance, foresight, strength, and skill. A perfect woman nobly planned to warn, to comfort, and command. I see now with eye serene the very pulse of the machine. So he is gaining a grasp of what is the driving force behind something so enigmatic. She's alive, the transient nature of life. We're here 1 minute, we're gone the next. The reason firm, the temperate will, endurance, foresight, strength, and skill. She is in it to win it. Endurance, I think, it contrasts everything that he's said about her so far. Has been like, oh, she's just a sprightly spirit dancing around. I don't know why I keep thinking she's cleaning things, her household motions light and free. So maybe she's decorating for the holidays or something. But the things that women do around their house to beautify their home. And then he gets into endurance, foresight, strength, and skill. So there's something there that maybe that's where to haunt, to startle, and waylay. You think she's just there to be a moment's ornament. You think she's just there to look at. But then you realize that the home that she is building and beautifying is to build something that will last, that will endure the test of time. That her homemaking skills is to build a legacy, somewhere we can be comfortable. Isn't that, I can't think of anything more priceless than to be safe at home. A perfect woman, nobly planned, that speaks to God, to warn, to comfort, and command. And yet a spirit still and bright, with something of angelic light. And with something, I feel like we're foreshadowing a little bit Robert Frost, Mending Wall, which I think we'll get to when I begin an American lit series. Excuse me. With something of angelic light. So we aren't sure exactly what this is. Just like with Robert Frost, I'm getting ahead of myself, but something there is that doesn't love a wall. So there's just something, and we don't have to put our finger on it, but we just know it's like, watch out. Because, don't be fooled by the fact that, you think, oh, we take it for granted, don't we? Women that stay home and do housework. I mean, I know growing up, that was not an acceptable way to aspiration for oneself. But now I'm learning that she has inherent value, just being herself, just enduring every day to make sure that the world that she lives in, that she makes for her husband, is welcoming and kind and respectful and a little magical too. And I hope that you found something from what I have just said, straight off the cuff, no notes, to help you in your storytelling and writing process. And thank you for listening.